The following program is brought to you by Johnny's Radiator Shop. For auto repair and air conditioning parts to fit everything under the sun, visit johnnysradiatorshop.com.
Coach, good to be back with you. Team still undefeated. What's your thoughts on just the general progress to this point?
Oh, we got a big game Friday night. Going on the road again against a really good CrossFit team who has a lot of returning starters. But going back to last week, I thought, defensively, we came out with a great plan. I thought our kids executed the plan in the first quarter. We got up 20-0. Really got McGee out of doing something they like to do, where they were in two tights, wing, and kind of made them spread it out a little bit, start throwing it. And anytime you can get McGee to do that, you got them in doing something that they're not comfortable doing, and they were able to complete some passes. Their two touchdowns were both passes, which is something that McGee's not known for.
A couple of your early touchdowns were off of screens. Just what was the key to both those plays?
Man, we just felt like going in that they were going to, you go back and look at last year's film and films where they played the spread. They brought a lot of pressure, and in the way that to slow that down a little bit is to screen them early, and that was our game plan, was to throw a lot of screens in the first quarter and try to slow their pass rush down. And we ended up hitting two of them for touchdowns, and that kind of slowed them down, and they didn't blitz us as much, and they didn't bring as much pressure after we've done that. But that's something that we take in every week just in case we see pressures. And we've got a bunch of different type of screens that that we back in the day in 01 and 02 we didn't have very many. We had a tunnel screen that T-Rod and Brett and them would run, and then Jay Wright and them. Now we've kind of evolved a little bit, and we probably take 6 to 8 screens into each week, and if people are going to bring pressure, we're going to be able to to screen different spots of the field.
Staying with the offense for a second, Jordan Ingram, I think, had around 12 carries, something like that. Irvin had a touchdown as well. Just what's it like to be able to put their physical presence in the backfield?
Well, honestly, we did it for the main point of them blitzing so much and bringing pressure. We thought that we'd be better at pass blocking and being able to protect better. And then, our run game was more downhill run. It wasn't so much of outside run. So we felt like they're physical and they were able to block. And, both of them has played tight end last year. Irvin's been our fullback since he was a sophomore. So felt really good about that. I thought that looked really good. I liked it. I liked what we were able to do. Also being able to spread Irvin out. Irvin, did that a lot last year, where he went out and in our empty stuff and he caught some touchdown passes. He caught one a couple weeks ago against Star City. So I think that just gives us another weapon out there with both of them. Jordan's such a tough runner, downhill runner, and he runs so hard. And then with Irvin, he does run hard, but also he can do so many different things in the passing game.
Moving back to the defensive side of the ball, you talked about everything that went pretty well, other than a couple of passes that McGee really isn't known for. But after you've watched film, any standout performances?
I thought we all played well. You go back and you look. I thought Tristan Green and Jordan played really well at defensive ends. I thought they fit. They didn't get the stats that some of the others got, but they did everything right to cause the others to get stats. And that's what we're known for here, is to fit and wrong shoulder to make the ball bounce from sideline to sideline. And McGee loves to run north and south downhill, and we were able to make them bounce. And all of a sudden you got AJ and DeAndre playing corners last week, and you could tell they made a lot of plays because the people inside of them did their job. And anytime you can get ball carriers running from sideline to sideline, you got a chance to make plays. And we really wanted to keep them from running north and south.
As you noted, big ball game this week versus CrossFit on the road, of course. What are you expecting out of the Eagles?
Oh man, it's going to be their Super Bowl. We've not been there in a while. I think it's been 3 years since we've been there. They got a lot of guys back. I think they got like 9 starters back on offense and a bunch on defense. They got a dynamic quarterback in Max Brooks who can run and throw. They got a really good receiver in Tyler Pascal who's probably one of the top receivers in the conference right now. And I mean, I don't know how many touchdowns he's got, but he's got a bunch. And we've got to have you go from 3 weeks of really getting ready for the wing tee, and now we're going back to the spread, and that's a concern. And we talked about it Sunday. Our kids, we come in on Sunday, and our kids came in really focused, and they understand that for us to reach our goals, that every week we got to keep improving. We've not played anywhere close to our capabilities. I think our kids know that, and it's it got hot again this week. This weather's crazy, but I'm excited about it. I'm anxious to see where we're at as far as going back and playing a spread team. We have not done that since the Whitehall game, and obviously we needed to improve some stuff on since then. And that next week against in our bye week, the first 2 days before we went to the Wing T, we went back and kind of worked on ourselves a little bit against some of the stuff that Whitehall hurt us with. And I'm anxious to put that on film and see if we've improved or not.
One last question for you. We're only a couple of weeks into the conference schedule, but have you looked at any of the rest of the conference? How's it shaping up in your opinion?
I have not, man. It's such a grind right now as far as where we're at. When what we're doing is it's back to the early years of my coaching career, because back in the middle years when we were doing this, you got a lot of film on people that spread the ball out and throw it, and now it's kind of evolved into where it was in 2001, 2002, where you don't see teams doing what we're doing. We're going 4 or 5 wide, and so it's hard to find the plan that you're going to see. Like the last 2 weeks, everything that we've worked on, we've got something different. So it's been a deal where we got to take everything into a game. We got to be prepared to be able to play against man coverage. We got to be able to play against different types of zones. We got to be able to handle pressures. It reminds me of a lot of back, because you get film and nobody's doing what we're doing, and so it's back to where it was when I first got here, as far as not knowing what we're going to get each Friday night. So you got to make sure, especially with a freshman quarterback, and you want to make sure you cover everything during the weeks. Man, we ain't had time to even look up. We've covered pretty much everything that we know to cover from Monday to Thursday, and we're still going to see some things that we didn't cover during the week.
Coach, we appreciate your time. We'll see you Friday night.
All right, thank you.